Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the 198th segment of Be Inspired with Buzopat, life-changing reality tonic. I am Honorable Ambassador Buzopat Osigwe, and you're welcome again to this platform where we embrace the truth that leads to our freedom. Yes. Today, I will be speaking on the topic, refuse to be poor. Yes. Before I delve into this topic, I will kindly ask you to subscribe, like, share to your friends and contact. Drop your comments, and click on the notification button so that you will know when next this video drops. Honestly, in doing this, you're going to help me rebroadcast to people who may not have opportunity of hearing me directly like you're doing, or actually coming across this video, except you send the link to them in order for them to actually benefit, because like I said, you will never stop learning. Yes, back to the topic, refuse to be poor. What do I mean by that? I know a lot of people will be asking, what does she mean? What does she mean? What does she mean? Yeah, let me ask myself the question, what do you really mean by that? The answer is that poverty is bad in every ramification, whether we like it or not. Poverty is bad. Poverty strips men of dignity and honor. It actually silences dreams and imprisons potentials. It does that. Personally, I despise the way poverty marginalizes brilliant minds. It messes them up, and it's actually not funny. This has nothing to do with liking money at all. No. It's about the fact that whether you like it or not, that many things will go wrong in your life without money. And this is the gospel truth. Money is not everything, but a major part of your life needs and activities are all dependent on money. So don't deceive yourself and don't shy away from it and don't think, okay, what's this one trying to prove? No, stay with me, glue here, so you understand what I'm trying to say, and then you will have yourself reason it yourself. Our world is economically driven. And I believe that anyone who refuses to do meritorious job, to earn a decent living, whoever that person may be, when you intentionally refuse to be useful, refuse to do something, I personally think that you're irresponsible and selfish. Because no matter who you are and how you are, there are people that are connected to you in every aspect. And when I say connected to you, I mean connected to everything that God has deposited inside you. Those inherent abilities, even the one you have not seen, the one you have not seen, the one you refuse to dig deep and bring out. Those things that God gave you and know that you're going to be. People are dependent on it. There are people connected to it that you will use it to help them. So if you're not doing something for yourself, you're intentionally selfish and you're irresponsible, because you need to make effort, even if it's not for yourself, for their sake. For the sake of those people you don't know, for the sake of those relations, those descendants, those siblings, those strangers that you will go to, that you are supposed to help their life, for their sake. I am pleading to you today to understand that you have every right to refuse to be poor. Because you have a lot to do. Honestly, having little money of your own, not only will it protect you, it will preserve your integrity, it will allow your consecration, and now it will pull up your dignity and your morals. In fact, it will make your morals have respect, because wealth is a defender. Wealth is a defender. Don't get me wrong here. I am not after those that are looking for money to intimidate others. I am not after those that are stealing, that are killing, that are kidnapping, that are sacrificing people, that are doing ritual, that are doing a whole lot of abominable things to get it. Let me tell you something today. You see those people that do all that thing, they are not doing it because they need to feed. No. They're not doing it to eat. They're not doing it to be decent. They're not doing it to get promotion. They're doing it because they want to be the only cock that crows. They're doing it because they want to come out and shut out everywhere. They're doing it for this very reason I am telling you that you need to refuse to be poor. Yes. Because you have every reason to refuse to be poor. You see, these people that I'm talking, what I'm talking about is earning a decent wage. When you add this, and instead of being lazy and waiting to be given and waiting for that uncle, that auntie, that having mentality that they didn't give me and all that, and then deciding that this job is beneath you, I can't do this, do you know who I am, this one, my dear, get up there and go and start doing something for your own self-respect. How do you feel when you sit back and wallow in self-pity and take every manner of insult for somebody to give you a dime? Honestly, instead of you to be lazy and be waiting, because with little money to your name, you will not bend, you will not change, you will not backstab, you will not do bad. Simply because you're in need and you're waiting for who to give you. You will not be able to do this kind of thing. Little money to your name, you will not have to, tolerate a lot of evil. And you will not have to be, your mouth will not have to be glued when you're supposed to speak, because you're looking for tiny favor. The only way you can have a voice is if you have little. I am not talking about much. I'm not talking about millions or zillions or thousands. I'm talking about little to your name. My dear, there are limits to nonsense you can take. There are limits to insults you can allow. There are limits to what people can do to you if you have little. I'm not talking about much money. Little of that money yourself. If you're a very poor person with high integrity, my dear, just watch. It's a matter of time. Eventually, poverty will force you to steal, to lie, to cheat, to support nonsense, and to look the other way when you're supposed to help, when you're supposed to speak against ill. You will not be able to say it because you. Look at all the stomach infrastructure people. They are following because you need to continue to eat. You can never, what it takes, when you are able to see something that is not right, and you sit boldly and say, I want to call a spade a spade. Hey, you, irrespective of your money, what you're doing here is intimidation, is not good. What you're doing here is good. Let's say the truth. You're not behaving well. How many people can say that to a wealthy man? How many people can say that to a sitting governor? How many people can say that to a high-level politician? How many? It's not possible, because everybody is looking for little thing to be given. Nobody is contented. Nobody is ready to work. No, everybody just wants easy money. And that is why this nonsense cannot stop. These people that are perpetuating this evil cannot stop, because there are so many sycophants and hypocritical people all around them. Refuse to be poor for your own good. Refuse to be poor. There are so many destinies that have been relocated because of lack of money. So many decent men, decent men have been forced to sacrifice their children, their spouse, their parents, their friends, even people they don't know, because they were desperately in need of something and they had to go to someone who cannot give them without dragging them into the mud, forcing them to forfeit whatever it is that they have, plans they have for their future, just to survive for a day. There are so many beautiful women. How many decent, beautiful wives who has been forced to sleep around because their husband has a lot of challenges, and they were looking for money from either his friends or people who could help them, and they were given conditions they couldn't say no to, because they really needed that money. Why? Because they did not have a little to their own. Because if you have that little, you can look at nonsense and walk away from it. Yes, because you have seed money to sow into that thing while you wait for those God is going to use to bless you. Poverty makes people experience higher level of stress, anxiety, depression, limited access to resources, and social isolation. Don't even know. I wish, I don't know how, but in the course of this, my NGO job, I have seen what poverty have reduced people to. I have seen what poverty has made people to become. I have seen what people go through because they are poor. I have been to places where I needed to just drop my little mite. I have seen what hunger has done to people. You don't even have to. They can, as in anything goes. You know the worst thing? Shame is a common emotion that is associated with poverty. You know, when people have this feeling of unworthiness, you know, hopelessness, you know, where they have erosion of self-esteem, these feelings can intensify when seeking for charitable help. Oh my God. Don't even go there. I've told so many people that anything you want to do, and the success of that thing is dependent on the pocket of other people, you're already a failure in disguise. Because people are mean. People are mean. And you know, there are people that find this joy in their heart. You know, their adrenaline, it lives whenever they see people who are located, who are desperately in need and who they need to help. That is when they will frustrate the living their life out of your life. Some people can keep you in their office from 8 a.m. and while they're doing nothing there, just in watching TV, you're sitting down there, maybe you're looking for just 10,000 or 20,000 naira. They will keep you from morning till night and come out by 6 p.m. and postpone the appointment. And tell you sorry they're going somewhere if they even have the decency of saying sorry. They could send their secretary to tell you. They could even move from another door. And you'll be sitting down there until secretary will want to close office and tell you, oh, sorry, Oga have emergency, he has left. And you look at yourself with your qualification and everything. You look at yourself, well, why did you go through that? Because you don't have a seed money on your own. Meanwhile, there are jobs to be done. Instead of you to stay to go to somebody to insult, fry or puff. I am not joking. Start making Indomie and be selling. Carry block. Do anything that is decent. I am not an apostle of anything goes. Anything doesn't go. There are meritorious jobs that one can do. A lot of people, a lot of beautiful girls have ended up marrying fifth, sixth wife to a vampire, to somebody that is so mean and wicked, to somebody that has turned them to punching bags and has reduced them to more slave self in the house because their family are looking for a way to escape poverty. They had to look for that person who actually shows interest and they sell, because this is not about marrying. The person had to buy you. They bought them. You see, this thing is burning in my heart. I'm sorry anybody that doesn't like what I'm saying, but I'm actually talking the way I feel. And I know that I'm relating to so many countless thousands of people who understand that if you have this sense of earning little money, you can afford to hold your head high. But when you don't have, you can't tell what they will force you to do. You can't tell what they will force you to do. You will be shocked at what you will reduce yourself to do because you don't have. Are we talking about those that can service 100 persons in order to get a role or to get something? The consequences of poverty are far-fetching and long-lasting. Believe me. Are we talking about debts? Are we talking about lack of education? Are we talking about food scarcity? Are we talking about insecurity? Are we talking about reduced productivity? Are we talking about poor health? Are we talking about wasted economic opportunity, that is wasted, that is limited, that people can't even get? And those who have will purposely decide to make other people bleed. You see, poverty is traumatic. Please, whatever decent job you need to do, in order to have your own little money, please don't look down on it. Grab it with the whole of your heart. My own is my own. Our own is our own. Don't be deceived at all. And don't shy away from it. Don't say, what is she talking about? If you have your little and you're contented, honestly, contentment will make you feel like a zillionaire. And you see that God will never send what is bigger than you. But if you have what it takes, there's something like that, something is happening and you need to deposit money in the hospital and you have seed money to deposit for them to start. Before you look for help, you're already there. It's easier that you are looking for help for people when they're going to discharge than that you watch your own person die simply because you don't have what it takes. And there are so many things you can do to avoid that kind of situation. There's so many things to do. Poverty in its cruelty, it robs people of hope. And the mindset of those who are living in this abject poverty definitely had to be negative. It has to be negative. That's saddled with fear. Scarcity makes one feel unwanted. And there are so many things you can do to stop poverty. Honestly, if you by saving and investing wisely, these are the components. Honestly, if these components are in your plan, you will quit poverty. And when I talk poverty, you need to understand what I mean by poverty. It's not because you can afford small sachet of milk and you want to have the big thing. You're greedy. We're not talking about when you can afford little things that will make your life comfortable, and you want, because you decide to compete with people who don't know that you're existing, and you want what that your friend wants, and you want to be like this person. That's you carrying pressure on your own. You're on your own. These are not what I'm talking about. Because God does not hate us. He will bless you as an Okada man. He will bless you as a breast seller. He will bless you. The rest of the pressure is what you decide to drag onto yourself. But whatever you need to do, in order not to be somebody that will have to look at your conscience, your morals will be crying and you don't have a choice. They will make demand on you, and you know this is not what you're called for. This is not you. This is not you, but you don't have anything to do. You don't have anything to do. You cannot say you can, because whatever you need is dependent on that tyrant that is subjecting you to abnormal, evil stuff. You don't know what to do again. And that is the essence of this topic today. In my country, Nigeria, hey, Jesus. Poverty is a complex issue. And because it is a complex issue with multiple contributing factors. Honestly, are we talking about corruption? Are we talking about mismanagement? Are we talking about lack of infrastructure? Are we talking about unemployment? Are we talking about poor access to education? Are we talking about health care? Are we talking about what? Are we talking about body economic inequality? Are we talking about inadequate agricultural settings? Are we talking about conflicts? Are we talking about insecurity? Are we talking about, climate change? Or are we talking about population growth? Yes. Or are we talking about religion and ethnic self-manipulated discriminations? Are we talking about it? Or are we talking about inconsistent government policies? Are we talking about constitution that purposely reduces people to nothing? Constitution that gives a lawmaker, if before you become a lawmaker, you must at least have a diploma in law. You must at least, because you're making law, you must know what law means. You cannot have somebody from Alaba International or from anywhere because the person has basket of money and you decide, look, make law for who? That is exactly why we're the way we are. They must have a foundation where before you can make law and become a lawmaker for a country that will bind professors, oh, Jesus, I feel like, I don't know how I'm feeling like. How can somebody who did not pass elementary school make law that will guide all the learned people in the country? You should at least diploma should be a standard. That is why they don't care how people feel. That is why they make law for themselves. Because every single law that is made in this country are made for selected few. Everything that, every pass mark you can get, whatever it is, there are limited people that enjoy in this country. The rest of the people are suffering. And that is why they subject people to a lot of things. That's why you see people that finish education, they will go and be hanging out in the night and be bending and collecting because they need somebody to give them money. If you know what poverty has reduced men and women to, now is shamelessness everywhere. Because they don't have it. And that's how everybody's following all those people that have that cup of money right now. Whatever they say, any hotel they want you to go, you go there. Anything they want you to do, you're doing. Because you need to collect it because you don't have anything to your name. And the one you're supposed to do, you said you're bigger than it. And then you become a slave, a toy. to anybody. A lot of people backyard have been scattered simply because somebody who is willing to help them is into that. And they endure the pain and the shame and everything about their life, and the humiliation, simply because what choice do they have? What choice do they have? But you have a choice. How many will I count? How many will I mention? How many will I say? I think this topic will really have to have part 2. I guess so, because I am always time bound when I want to talk. I don't want to bore people with too much talk, you know. So the any topic I come out here to do, I give myself 10, 15, 20 minutes maximum. I don't want to cross 25, so that you'll be able to sit down and listen to me. Inherent wisdom, infinite wisdom comes from above. And it doesn't matter where you're getting it. Whatever you can grab, take it. Whatever truth you see, take it, grab it. Whatever you do, please avoid the 6 concrete sins that cause poverty. Yes, there are things that are sins and they cause poverty. And if you want to start with it, the addiction of any kind, drug addiction, sex addiction, phone addiction, this one, no matter the kind of addiction of any alcohol addiction, gambling addiction, all these addictions, they are destroyer of someone's future. They will keep you perpetually poor, and they will make a mess and fool out of you. You become silly and stupid. Except you don't even go through that route at all. Now, rebellion, these are things. Laziness, I don't need to explain it. Greed, pride, ingratitude. Addiction, I said. Rebellion, laziness, greed, pride, ingratitude. These are 6 concrete things that causes poverty. Any one of it that you have can reduce you and keep you down. Any one of it, when your pride goes, they say it goes before a fall. When you have it, you're going to go to the bottom pit. That's exactly how it is. If you're rebelling, you will not be able to get anything. Bottom pit. If you're greedy, nothing is enough for you. Bottom pit. If you're lazy, there's no food for a lazy man. It's even in this kind of generation that they even have mouth. A lazy man will have mouth to be talking and be making demand. Even Bible said it. There's no food for a lazy man. If you're lazy, you're lazy. And if you're lazy, you're not going to make anything. And then for those of people who think that they're too spiritual, let me tell you something. Do you know why poverty is called a paradigmatic? Yeah. It is a paradigmatic example of wickedness. And if you think that you are spiritually too spiritual and poverty, let me tell you something. God is a loving God, a kind God, a good God, a generous God, a caring God. He never called you to become a poor person. It's laziness that is making you poor. You cannot be spiritual to be poor, because if you're too spiritual and you're poor, you must lie, you must steal, you must cheat. Because how do you want to do it? You will defraud your members and you will teach wrong gospel in order to be stealing from them. Yes, you will turn the gospel upside down in order to be able. So which one is worse? If not for you to stand up and be doing something that you call the pastor, doesn't mean you will not have a side job. That is a job you're doing for God. It's not your food. All these ones we're doing, let me tell you, you see a lot of people that do NGO. I don't know the one they run, because the one I run, I know that there are so many challenges that are facing when you go asking. So I try to author books. I try to produce movies. I try to speak. I try to do this in order to get seed money. What I am doing now, I have an event that I'm running, but I don't think I have received more than up to 100,000 naira from anyone. Yes, 10,000 from here. But this is an event that is going to cost me 3 million plus. Now tell me, if I am to start walking to offices and carry back and be begging, do you know what they will subject me to? Ah, God Almighty. But anything you want to do, no, is a sacrifice. If you're doing it for God, no, it's a sacrifice. You work hard and keep the seed money for that thing you're doing. Yes, you're not a fool. Everybody has reasons. Some people may buy a car. You may decide to do something for the poor. It does not matter. You may earn that money and decide to sacrifice it and give it. People do it. So nobody is a fool doing it. No, we don't know why God keeps us alive. We don't know how our blessing comes, because the blessings of God doesn't really come on naira and kobo always. But if you don't have your seed money, the disappointment that people give when you need them to help out, no matter how worthy the cause is, no matter how beautiful what you're doing is, people will push you so low that you will do abominable things in order to stand. But until you realize that you're doing good for yourself and to God, and it's not tied to anybody, and cut your coat according to your material, not according to your size. Because if you're size 50 and you have 2 years, you have to make waistcoat. Yes, if it's not up to waistcoat, make a tie. If it's not up to tie, make a hanky and put it here. Oh, put it also, yes. Don't be in competition with anybody. Leave people who tell you, oh, this person are making million. This person is running an NGO, is making million. Leave them, because most things people do, you will not be able to do it. There are roots. There are things that people do in order to make a lot happen, that even if they bring it free of fee staring at you, you say, God forbid. And because you know you're that kind of person, please, if you can touch one life, do it for God. And believing that for every life you touch positively, you've touched 100 in this guide. Who rewards is God. Who sees is God. People will never help push somebody except they pull you to corner where you have no choice, except you make your little money and then wait for those God will send to be a blessing. Because if God is going to send, yes. But if you don't have something that keeps you before those ones comes, you will mess up your destiny and you will end up not seeing those ones. Peace be on all of you. Yes, this is my message for us today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Be Inspired with Buzopat. Follow me at Instagram, Be Inspired with Ambassador.Buzo. And then follow me at Facebook, Be Inspired with Buzopat, the Moment of Truth with Buzo. And then follow my page again, Honorable Ambassador Buzopat, to see where. And follow me at TikTok, Be Inspired with Buzopat. Yes, I have said no to drug addiction next week, 26th of June. Everyone is invited. Peace be unto you. Love you all.